How's it going, everyone? I'm back with another video. It's a beautiful day out here in Nampa, Idaho. A lot's been growing on in the greenhouse. The garden's starting to come alive. Let's check it out. Alright, let's check it out. So last video I planted a lot of seeds for my peppers, and I want to do an update on that, which is it did not work out how I would have hoped. I realized after planting the seeds, the fact that with the inconsistency of how cold it still gets in here at night, it just wasn't keeping the trays warm enough, even with the heating pads underneath them. So in one tray, this is all I've got, and so I'm pretty bummed about that, but I have backup pepper seed trays going in the front room of my house on heat mats, getting sun right now. You always got to have a backup plan when you're gardening in case something doesn't work out. So I've got other peppers in the making going on that should be sprouting here anytime. And that being said, I just now planted my tomatoes. I did just over 65 Romas and 6 cherry tomatoes. I love the Roma. They go with everything. They're the best tasting, I think. So gonna do a lot of Romas and a few cherry tomatoes, and that'll set off my tomatoes season for the season. Over here in a lot of the pots, these are giant sunflowers, and they've been getting big, so I'm stoked about that. This will liven it up a lot in here. They'll get big quick. And then this one, I like putting these in here. They grow quick. They're fun to watch. So being that they're in the greenhouse and it's warmer, I've noticed that these will grow to a certain height and they flower a lot sooner than they would if they're outside. So these will probably flower a month or two before the other ones that I'm going to be growing outside. These over here, and these are getting pretty good size. Blueberry plants coming alive. You'll notice throughout my greenhouse I have a lot of little fairies and little fairy garden houses. One, they're for my daughter. She just loves them. So I put them all throughout the greenhouse. And my collection's starting to get bigger, which is really nice. I just love the characteristics that they add to the greenhouse, and it really livens it up a lot. And in fact, some of the fairy houses that I've been working on, I like to build the fairy houses, and I started doing that over the winter. And these are some that I've been working on. These are made out of squash that I dried out, and then I cut them open, took all the seeds out, and these squash in particular dry really hard. So I used that for the bodies of these two, and then I used a gourd for this one. This is basically just a gourd. I'm still going to be doing some work on this one and do a little more decorative work to it around the windows and do the front door and stuff like that. So I pretty much just got these squash, cut them, and then I used the bottoms for the roofs. And then on this one, this was just a piece of wood that I had that I took the bark off of, and I'm using that for the body of the house. And then I got a gourd, cut the gourd up a little bit, and I'm using the gourd for the top of the roof for this one. And I've still got to do some painting on these and stuff like that with Easter's coming up, just less than a couple weeks. My little 5-year-old's going to be here, and this is going to be one of our crafts to do. Painting fairy houses. This is one of my little completed ones. And over here is my completed little log home one. This one was really fun to make. So that's been something that's kind of going on the side in the greenhouse. I'm gonna grab the ladder as I've planted many broccoli and Brussels sprouts, and let's take a look at those. I was going to show this fairy house also. I started making this one last night, and I just realized that it was up here when I got up here, so I wanted to show this one too. This one I made out of clay, just molding regular clay. Gonna let this one dry, and then I'm gonna paint this one and do some decorative work to this one also. So this is a work in progress. Alright, so over here is my broccoli. Right now I've got 200 broccoli in the seed pods, and these are the ones that are sprouted so far. Some of the trays I did a week between, and so these ones should be sprouting soon. Hopefully. And then over here, more of them. These are just about a week old. And then the last 2 trays over there are my Brussels sprouts. And I'm going to be doing another run of possibly up to 100 more of each, more broccoli and Brussels sprouts. I'm going to be putting the freeze dryer we have to work and doing a lot of freeze drying of these vegetables and making some other stuff with them. Strawberries are kicking. Just under a month about till I'll be planting these. And just some sunflowers in here. These are my pepper trays that just did not work out here. One of the problems also, when I had them out here on the heat mats down here, when that sun was coming out during the day, it was just ripping hot in there. I mean, it had to be over 110 degrees under those heating mats, and I think it just fried the seeds. Because on those ones only just a few sprouted. So when the other ones go that I have going in my front room, I'll have those in here going. And then back there, those are my honeysuckle that I transplanted just over a week ago. Let's move it over there and check those out. And these are doing really well. I've got, I think it was about 53 of these. I started these clippings from late last fall. These are the first ones I ever propagated. First attempt at propagating. And I'm happy to say, like, well, it worked. Stoked. These are my cantaloupe. The cantaloupe did work. And I've got pumpkins going in my front room on the seed trays also. These ones have been chugging along all winter long. And they're starting to finally come alive. I've been thinning them out a little bit here and there. These are my morning glories. These are more like, these grow super easy. I wanted a really good vine that'll grow really easily. So I'm going to put these in some spots in the yard. And then let's go check it out down there. Alright, so we're down at the other end of the greenhouse. And these also have just been kind of chugging along all winter long. They just stayed really small. Gonna go through and thin these out again, and then in not too long I'll be able to transplant these into some bigger pots. And then over here, these are some just random blueberry plants that I bought at the end of the year last year. I cut clippings off of these to try and propagate them, but it didn't work. But these plants are still alive, but the clippings I took off of them have not seemed to work yet, but we'll see. And then over here, this was my second attempt at propagating. These are wisteria vines. These are purple flowers. Happy to say that these are working really good. They're actually growing. When I started seeing these grow after months of nothing, just watering dirt and sticks for months, you start to wonder if it's actually going to grow, and they really are. So excited about that. And I also want to show some more of my propagating experiments. These ones right here are Japanese maple. These ones I pulled again late last fall, and it's starting to grow. Hope you can see that, but these little nodes are starting to grow leaves. So this is really exciting. I'm going to use these for my bonsai plants. And so yeah, these pumpkins are going. I did get some of them to go in the trays that I did pumpkins earlier a couple weeks ago. So I transplanted them, and these ones are already looking really good. So with the other pumpkins I've got going on, I'll have a lot of them. I wanted to show where I'm going to be putting all my broccoli and Brussels sprouts, and just take a look outside. Again, these areas I hit with the weed mat for the first time this year. Usually I was just let it grow and get crazy overrun with weeds, but this year we're doing the weed mat. These areas are going to be for the peppers. Excuse the noise, it does get a little loud here, right here on the corner, but and then these areas are going to be for the Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and a lot of beets. And whatever else I can figure out to throw in here. This is my tomato area. It is looking good, and all these plants that you're seeing, well, most of them, this greenery right here is wildflowers. I did a lot of wildflowers 3 years ago now. This is the 4th year gardening here. And we've got tulips coming up. Oh, I'm just noticing some more coming up, but we've got these. And these ones are coming. So these little tulip mounds that I did 2 years ago are starting to come alive. It's awesome. But yeah, most of all this greenery right through here, this is all wildflowers. So this is going to be awesome. This is going to probably have to actually mow it, a lot of it, mow pathways. But let's take a look over here. This is going to get lit up with color. I'm going to go really hard with watering canals and hoses this year on this particular stretch. Just gets super dry, and I want all these flowers to work or grow really well. But look at this, they're coming up. And this is awesome because this drowns out all the weeds. So now this is just all wildflowers. This area we're going to do a bunch of flowers through here. Some giant sunflowers too. Just kind of walking around. This is really bare right now. It's not even going to look recognizable within a few months. And then by June, July, August, this is just a jungle. This is going to be all varieties of sunflowers and flowers through here. Different vines. This is for some of those morning glory vines that I'm growing. They grow fast and easy, so I'm going to grow them on here. This was something I did just for fun. And this is my strawberry mound. These are all strawberries through here. So the strawberries I have in my greenhouse now, I pulled the starts off of some of these, and that's how I've got them. And now I'm gonna come through here and plant more. These are all gonna get cut back and plant some in there. Again, through here will be more flowers. So this is going to be all giant sunflowers through here. The last two or 3 years. Not the first year, but the last 2 years, I've had giant sunflowers through here and here. So that's what I'm going to do again. It's coming alive, you can feel it. Let's take a look over here. This is the flower house. I'm gonna grow some more of my morning glory vines. And this was, morning glory vines grew on this last year, so it'll most likely have them start growing about on the bottom of this again. This area, I'm undecided what I want to do. I'm possibly going to do pumpkins in here, but we'll see. And then this is where the madness is going to start, of the giant sunflowers, starting here. And then you can see where I cut all of the other ones off from last year. These got big. Some of these were over 10 feet through here. And then just over a week ago, I came through here and chainsawed these down, cut them down. And now the next step is to get the wood chipper, grind it down to mulch, turn the stumps into this, or the stalks into this. This is awesome. And then I'm going to be covering this whole area and doing a small giant sunflower forest again, all through here. Boom. I'm going to take some of these stalks again and make some teepees. Put a couple through here. They look cool and the kids like to hide in them. So yeah, this will be giant sunflower forest again. Boom, all the way through here. And that's just a little tour of kind of what's been going on. It was maybe a little bit long of a video, but I wanted to do a good walk around of what it's looking like right now, as things are going to change drastically. once start getting some plants in the ground and things start to grow. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.